Hi everyone, my name is Emily and welcome to my presentation. Today I wanted to discuss with you an individual that is looking to become more physically fit. Now when I was reading over their behavior analysis, they weren't giving me anything in specific measurable terms as far as what they were looking for to increase their physical activity. They had just noted that they wanted to increase being more active. So for the sake of this intervention, I went ahead and I inferred that they wanted to join a gym and be active there at least 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. I needed something measurable so I could build an intervention around that. So the client states that they don't have enough time in their schedule, that they have a lack of flexibility, and that they have a lack of access to the gym. Now, they weren't specific in telling me what it means by not having enough time or lack of flexibility or lack of access to the gym. They just merely stated that they didn't have those things. So some things that I also think might cause this is just that this person is not ready and that there is a time management issue going on that the client isn't aware of. When I'm looking back at the analyses that the individual had given me, I don't know what kind of job schedule they have. I don't know if they work excessive hours, if they're working 10, 12, or 14-hour shifts. I don't know if they're working a normal workday but then have a hour or 2-hour commute. I don't know if they have to rely on public transit, which makes it longer. I'm not sure if they have other obligations that they have to go immediately after work, so that really cuts into their flexibility and their not enough time. So that portion I kind of set aside and made some inferences. Also, with the lack of access to the gym, they weren't specific in telling me if there wasn't a gym within a close enough region that she could drive or get transportation to. I don't know if that means that this individual doesn't have the finances to join and attend this gym, or if there simply isn't a gym at all in this area. So one thing that I would definitely need to know more information about the specifics of this individual, because right now the pros just might not outweigh the cons for this person. So although they might recognize that they need to be more physically active, there isn't enough pros in their column to make them decide that they're going to do this, change their behaviors. Some risk factors associated with this individual is being tired from work, lack of social support, finances, their environment, and a work-life balance. Some protective factors include that they have been active before, seem very motivated, they bought a fitness tracker, and they're taking small steps because of the awareness that has been brought to them about their physical activity. So speaking about the risk factors, what I wanted to do while building this intervention was to make sure that I can change these risk factors into protective factors. So being tired from work, again, I need to know more about their work schedule. Are they tired because their work environment is also very physically demanding? Are they standing? Do they work in some sort of factory? Or are they tired because they sit all day at a desk, they don't do anything, and that can wear you out just as much as standing and being physically active? I'm not sure if it's the commute that's wearing them out. Maybe they have to take, a train and 2 buses to get there, or maybe they have to rely on someone else. So these are the things that I would need to know from this individual. And then their work-life balance, they talked about in their analyses that while they were in undergrad, they had a lot of this free time that they would use the downtime to go work out at the gym. And now it seems like it's something that the downtime that they're using specifically to relax. Maybe they're just watching Netflix or, eating, playing on their phone, hanging out with friends. They're not scheduling that exercise time, so they feel like they don't have any time. They feel like they're just working or not working and sleeping. Promoting a more healthier work-life balance by scheduling some of those activities, knowing when you're going to get home from work, because from their analyses it seemed like they had a pretty regular schedule. So knowing when they were going to be home from work and then knowing what things they're going to do. So whether getting home and if they have pets, taking their pets out right away and then sitting down and enjoying dinner, and then after that going to the gym, or hanging out with some friends and then maybe the friends and them can go to the gym. So just kind of figuring out these different risk and protective factors a little bit better so we can make more protective factors instead of risk factors. When it comes to the protective factors already in place, they had again noted that they have been active before when they were at Eastern and undergrad. They have a fitness tracker that they started wearing, and they wore it for a 5-day work week, and that's when they noticed that they weren't getting the proper amount of physical activity, and they thought they were getting more than they actually were getting. So they were trying to see if they were going to reach a 10,000 step goal, and realized that on the best days, on the days that they thought they were just very extraordinarily active, they were actually only getting 4,000 to 5,000 steps. So they started parking further away, taking the stairs, doing small things that will help, and they were still noting on their fitness tracker that they weren't even getting close to that 10,000 mark. So that's something that when they realized they needed to go ahead and start something. I think the thing that worries me most about this intervention is that they haven't tried to change this. So although that they have noted that there are some things that are changing and that they note they need to do something, they haven't attempted to do anything. So I think that is one of the major concerns for me. Another concern is that I don't know enough about this individual. So I'm worried that I'm going to make these inferences and build this intervention, and it's not even going to be applicable to their life because I didn't know enough about their personal environment and their work environment and just the different barriers and cofactors within their life that would affect the intervention. When I am looking at the models that I will be using to build an intervention, I'm actually going to use an integration of 3 different models. So I'm going to be using the theory of planned behavior, the trans-theoretical model, and the social cognitive theory. With these models, I'm going to be looking at the attitudes, norms, and control beliefs of the individual while simultaneously showing what phase the individual is in and how I can propel them to the next stage. I also lean towards the theory of planned behavior because of deliberate intentions to do this behavior, as he or she has done in the past. If this individual hadn't participated in physical activity so much in the past, I don't think I would have leaned so heavily against the theory of planned behavior. And then I also wanted to include the social cognitive theory to address the thoughts, opinions, and advice from those people around her or him. It really seemed like this individual has a lot of time they spend at work, and it didn't seem like they have a large social life outside of work. So I really wanted to address the social cognitive theory when it comes to her interactions with her social environment at work. And the goals and steps that I'm taking to complete this, I need to know all the barriers. I need more information. So in order to get some of this information, I'm going to be giving this individual some questionnaires. And there's going to be 4 questionnaires, and each questionnaire is going to address something a little bit more specific. So the first questionnaire is going to find out the current amount of activity and what kind of activity this person is participating in. So this will also help me kind of gauge their current stage of change. So right now they say that they think they're in the preparation stage for the trans-theoretical model, but they didn't give me any specifics as to why they believe so. So I just kind of want to gauge exactly what they're doing, what kind of activity they're doing, which also can help me build the intervention when it comes to being active, and then seeing exactly what stage they're in. A lot of people think they're further in the trans-theoretical model than they really are. So the second questionnaire is going to have questions based on the individual's attitude regarding exercise and their past experiences. So it's going to collect data also on their social support and how and if any has differed from their college experience. And I do not know where this individual lives. I don't know if they are still in Charleston or if they have moved back to their hometown or if they're in a completely different place. I don't know if they live with roommates or without. But they had talked a lot about their exercise and their experience at the gym at Eastern. So I kind of wanted to see how their attitudes now kind of are differed from their attitudes when they were in undergrad, and just kind of gauging those past experiences and seeing if their social support is different now than back then. Then I will give a third questionnaire, and this will address the barriers along with figuring out more about their work schedule and commute schedule. So it'll allow me to have a better idea of what their specific schedule is actually like. They might have a lot more free time than they think, and this might be a huge time management issue that we can really address head on. And then the fourth survey will be given, and that's going to be a self-efficacy survey, and that's just going to be on a Likert scale to kind of gauge exactly where they are in terms of if they believe that they can accomplish this. The time frame for these goals and steps for the questionnaires, those will be given immediately. So as the very first time I meet this individual, they will be given these questionnaires so I can immediately start assessing different things to see if there's any tweaks that I need to make within the intervention. Education on time management, that will also come in the first 2 months. So once we can gauge a little bit more from the questionnaires, then I'm going to give them education on time management skills and how they can integrate that into their daily routine and into their daily life. In the third and fourth month will be an emphasis on actually joining the gym. So the first step is to join the gym and continuing to wear their fitness tracker throughout. However, when the third month arrives, I want this person to join the gym. By then, hopefully, I'll know any more barriers as far as gym access and gym availability. And if not, we'll definitely tweak that into providing some sort of program for them. And then also, whilst joining the gym, figuring out exactly what physical activity they're going to be participating in. So they're not going to be blindly walking into the gym and just looking around and not having a clue. Are they going to go do some cardio? Are they going to lift weights? What exactly am I supposed to do? Given that I don't know enough about this individual's past physical activity and just their overall knowledge on health and fitness, I'm going to also be partnering up with some of my past colleagues and personal trainers to give this individual access, figuring out things about the gym and knowledge about how to use certain machines, and then knowledge about what's the best step for their fitness goals. On month 5 and 6 is when we're going to be focusing on getting this person ready for the maintenance. Here we're going to heavily rely on the social cognitive theory. We're going to rely on the 4 aspects of self-efficacy there. There's also going to be there's going to be a text reminder system that is going to allow this person text reminders for when they need to attend the gym to remind them that they're doing well on their journey, and just keeping them motivated. And then also they're going to be meeting monthly with myself so we can go over any questions that they have or any concerns. After this intervention, when I am assessing my intervention, the things I'm going to be looking at is the knowledge gained about time management, the individual's attitudes about scheduled exercise, and whether he or she believed that they could accomplish this, and then how their social environment has impacted their progress. And then looking overall at some barriers of my intervention, some things that I am worried about is that I might not have inferred correctly. So although I don't know a lot about this individual, the assumptions that I made to build my intervention might have been completely off target. So this is something that maybe the entire intervention doesn't work for her or him. Maybe the time management isn't something that's a problem, that they really don't have the time, that there is an inability to join a gym. Maybe there isn't a gym, or maybe the cost of the gym is too high. I might also misinterpret the client's responses when they're filling out their questionnaires. Another thing is checking gym attendance. I planned on checking gym attendance. Most gyms have you have to use a scan card or some sort of key card to get into the gym, or when you walk into the gym to let them know that you are there. But that the gym that this person is going to join might not have that. So I might not have that access to join, or maybe they won't allow me the access to see that if the individual has been into the gym. And then another possibility is that this person completely relapses and starts in on their previous behavior of being more sedentary, and they just discontinue the program. So that's something else that if I'm not in direct contact with them on a daily to weekly basis and they say, oh, I'm doing okay, and then come to find out that they haven't been participating. So those are some of the barriers we would also have to face for an intervention. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful Christmas break, and I will see you all later. Bye.